28th March 2024. My name is Kolade Folari. Yes, welcome to the want to use this opportunity to a very big thank you to all those viewers from all around the world who have been supporting, all our reviewers who have been supporting this program one way or the other, especially for this Easter celebration that has come knocking right on our door. We say a very big thank you to all of you for all your support. We say a very big thank you to all our reviewers who have made it consistent of them to always be part and parcel of this program. And please do not forget that you can also subscribe to our sister channel, Flip TV Plus, where you can continue to enjoy exciting programs like Bystanders at the Newsstand and all other programs, news and information that is making rounds all over the world. Yes, this morning I have the newspaper for today ready. First, I'm going to be starting with Blueprint newspapers this morning. Yes, the major headline in Blueprint newspapers this morning says, Tinubu to army on Okwama fallen heroes. Pay entitlements to 3 pregnant widows, 7 others, 21 orphans in 90 days. That's the major headline in the Blueprint newspapers this morning. Order military to produce Olatunji, IPI begs Tinubu. Order military to produce Olatunji, IPI begs President Tinubu. Nigeria's public debt stock increases to 97.34 trillion naira in Q4 2023. That's according to the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. Yes, why better Edu should be reinstated, clerics and traders says. You can get all this in the Blueprint newspapers this morning. Now we go to the Platform Times. The Platform Times says, NFIU, National Financial Intelligence Unit, exposes IPOB cells in 22 countries. Unveils global funding channel for terrorism. That's from the Platform Times this morning. And there's in the Platform Times this morning, there's a photo news here with the heading which says, Dangote Foundation donates 80,000 bags of rice to Lagos residents as palliatives. That's in the Platform Times this morning. Labour Party officially announces Peter Obi as 2027 presidential candidate. You can get all that in the Platform newspapers this morning. I'll quickly go to the Vanguard newspaper. Yes, at burial, grieving families of slain soldiers demand justice. That's for the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Vice President Shettima expresses confidence as Naira strengthens further. Vice President Shettima expresses confidence as Naira strengthens further. That's in the Vanguard newspapers this morning. Finally, we'll look at the Punch newspapers. President's 50-member emergency team gets 6 months to rescue the economy. President's 50-member emergency team gets 6 months to rescue economy. Slain soldiers burial. Tinubu insists on killer's arrest as families demand justice. That will be all for the newspapers this morning. And I'd like to quickly welcome one of our reviewers so that we can get straight down to the topic of the day. Mr. Ralph. Yeah. Welcome. You're welcome to the program this morning. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday was live at the burial of the slain soldiers in Abuja.
He was crying.
He was there live.
Okay.
Yes. You know, as a president, he may not be able to shed tears.
I know.
Excuse me, but
it's written all over his face.
It's written all over his face that he is bitter about what happened, and he has extended a hand of support
to the families
of
of the slain
the
soldiers.
slain soldiers. What's your take on that?
I think federal government did well. They have done well because the families, the wives, the children. In fact, the immediate family of the fallen soldiers, should be compensated. That's how it should be. It's always like that because they died in their active service, their active services. It's normal like that. It's normal like that. It was being done before. That's how it's being done in Nigeria. Anytime policeman and I'm a soldier man, dies, the federal government of Nigeria should compensate the family in terms of offering them scholarship. I mean the children left by these fallen heroes. So giving them scholarship is a welcome incentive. It's a good incentive, and it should be on and on and on like that. These people should not be the first, and they shouldn't be the last. And I'm trying to suggest that if policemen too, ranging from the what do you call those people, civil science, those ones that don't have arm, but they are bearing arm now. Road safety, yes, FRC. Officers, yeah, FRC. If they die, if they meet something like this, maybe by accident or maybe they were killed by armed robbers, the government should do the same to their families. I think it's a good offer. I love that.
Can I quickly ask a question? When we look at these kind of things that government do after some of these soldiers, some people die,
yeah.
Do you not think some of these things should have been in place before now than honoring them after death?
Yes, you are right. Yeah, the children of security operatives, that's security officers, they're supposed to receive this benefit when they are alive. Ask me why. It is one of the reformation we are talking about in the police force. It is one of the benefits that are expected to be going on within the military. I mean, the family of soldiers' family, their children, their wives, they're supposed to be giving them scholarship. That is how I believe it's being done in the Western world. Even in Libya here. Libya is in Northern Africa. Libya, if you see how Libyans equip their police, the benefit that they go home with, you will be surprised. They will give you flats, you have your flat, your wife, your children, everybody free education. Do you know that the children of these soldiers, they're supposed to be, during the lifetime of their fathers, their fathers, during their lifetime, the children of these soldiers, they're supposed to be, offered scholarship. They're supposed to be receiving at least social security incomes. I didn't understand. It is a welcome idea. Not when they die. The serving soldiers, police, and the rest of the security forces in Nigeria, they're supposed to at least give their children scholarship. I think the question you ask is a welcome one. If the army officers, the police officers are receiving this benefit, I don't think Nigerian police will have the effrontery, the courage to collect bribe, to be bribed. No, because they have everything. That is the kind of reformation we are talking about in the police force, within the military. I didn't understand. It's not when they are gone that you give them all these incentives. They should have at least be enjoying these incentives in their lifetime. I didn't understand. It's a welcome idea.
Thank you very much. According to Platform Times this morning, NFIU exposes IPOB cells in 22 countries, unveils global funding channel for terrorism. What can you say about that?
IPOB what channel?
Yes, NIFCU exposes IPOB cells in 22 countries.
In 22 countries. There are more than that. I think the countries in the world, we have 100 and something countries, I think. IPOB have their, not only cells, they have their establishments, what I can call, in a real political language, embassy. We use the word
embassies.
Yes. They have it scattered all over the United States. California, Kansas, everywhere. Then in China, in India, they have cells, or whatever I call it, almost 109 something countries of the world, and they are doing well. IPOB has been, awarded with the best agitating group in the world. They won it by Transparency International. Because before the invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's compound, which made them bear arms to defend themselves, as they were at least directed or awarded by or assigned by the United Nations. Are you listening to me? They had their what do you call it, all over the countries. I mean their supporters, their facilities, something like embassies all over the world. I didn't understand. They are not bloody organizations. They don't kill. I think understand. I've never seen IPO because anything like terrorism, terror. Nnamdi Kanu's compound was invaded by Buhari administration under brutal. That's why they were, ordered by the United Nations to to defend themselves. Before they were dying like animals. Nigerian soldiers and police used to shoot from Mazur to IPOB. They killed thousands of Igbo youths. So after that invasion now, I think that was when the United Nations just said, you can now bear arms to defend yourself. Because they themselves, they have seen it on telly, on social media, live. How they were being mown down with plates by Nigerian police, Nigerian soldiers. So let me tell you, they have this, what we call cells in more than 190 something.
Not the 22.
Not the 20, no, they misquoted it.
But now that NFIU is saying they are exposing it, does it mean that before now, these cells were unknown to the Nigerian government?
Let me tell you, they don't agitate in Austria, in Belgium, in UK, hiding secretly. No, they agitate peacefully, well equipped, well dressed with Biafran t-shirts, Biafran flag. I didn't understand. Even most of the Western countries, the whites join them because they like Biafra. They are not doing it secretly. They know them in India, China, Belgium, Austria, Germany, Hamburg, everywhere in the world. I'm telling you, if the whole countries of the world is 192 or 97 or whatever, okay, they have cells, they have facilities all over this country. And they were being loved. They are showing them, these countries, they show them love. So much, too much love, too much support. So federal government is just waking up to tell us that they have 22 cells in 22 countries. No. See, all over Africa countries, Kenya, where Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, almost Kenyans don't join. Kenyans are now part of Biafra because they love them. When Uhuru Kenyatta, his father, had it with the British in those days. Iran to Nigeria. It wasn't Nnamdi Azikiwe that secured it.
What is the interest of these countries in
Biafra? Thank you. They are like, we have been having what they call a bilateral relationship already. We have established a lot of relationship pacts with all these countries where Biafra agitation is going on, freely, without having any issue with the security agencies there. So those countries are just like they are our allies, direct allies to Biafra. I'm telling you, we don't need any other protocol. We don't need any other formality. I think you understand. Formalities. Direct allies we have with them. So let me tell you, they operate openly. They are not hiding it anymore. Biafra is now a household name in Cameroon. Cameroonians are not calling Igbo man Nigerians again. They are calling us Biafrans. Mbazonia has been a direct country that, has given us the chance to have a base there. This is a secret that I'm revealing here. If anything happens, our military base or whatever is in Bazonia. If Nigeria venture want to fight Biafra again, I think every everything we want to create, maybe in terms of air, we will be coming from the axis of Mbazonia. One is that Mbazonia is not with Cameroon anymore, and they're not friendly with Nigeria. Mbazonia don't like Nigeria. Mbazonians like Biafrans, because I believe that in the future, I think we might have, Mbazonia might join us. We may merge together with Mbazonia
as a country.
I'm telling you, I envisage that in the future. I think you understand. So, my brother, it is no secret. And everything about Biafra in abroad, Americans don't disturb them. Nnamdi Kanu was recognized by Trump. When Trump was American president, it was in his own campaign trail, Nnamdi Kanu. It was a very little link. Nnamdi Kanu would have met with him one-on-one. But I believe that there was a communication.
Thank you.
Yeah, communications between the American president and the Nnamdi Kanu. So, my brother, I tell you, it is no secret. Biafra has come, and Biafra must come. Nigeria is not a contraption whereby we should live again, sleeping and ignoring many things that are happening. This time around is too open that disintegration is it. When we disintegrate, everybody goes his own way. That is when everything will be working all right in this country.
Disintegration and decentralization of government, which would you prefer?
Decentralization will still allow us to stay as a country, but disintegration will give us the tickets to go our different
Thank
ways.
you very much,
I like
Mr. Thank you very much, Mr. Rao. Yes, good morning, Mr. Chinedu. You're welcome to Bystanders this morning.
Good morning.
Yes, a lot of things have been happening. First, let's look at the area of Labour Party announcing Peter Obi as the presidential candidate of the 2027 election.
You can see recent week, you can, without being told, observe the political atmosphere about a few weeks ago, where the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, made a political move to Abia State. And subsequently, we saw El-Rufai, paying solidarity visit to Abdul Ningi, and after which we begin to hear a kind of SDP and other PDP and other stakeholders in opposition political parties trying to see if they can build a synergy, something like that. So it goes down to tell you that something might be, I've been saying it. I think we should go and relax. That is just the truth. Look at what happened in Senegal recently. A young man of about 44 became, in March, the president. And the guy, it was another Jonathan that happened in Senegal. The man willingly, handed over power to that very young man. And the consensus about P2B is building up on daily basis. You can see P2B, his last visit at the Emir's Palace in Kano. Very outstanding. You can see the crowd, So, people have seen, you can see respective comments from even APC governors, trying to talk about Tinubu need to bring in Obi, into the government, to contribute to the government. So it tells you that there's a larger, the obedient movement is spreading down to the grassroots. So for them to say Obi and Oti, Alex Oti, of course, nobody's going to contest with them. They're going to be the candidate of LP in 2027 or thereabout. I think for Nigerians, we don't expect anything less from that.
Okay, don't you think this is too early to begin to think of a candidate for a party when the present government is just barely a year into governance?
No, it's their business. They don't need to wait whether the APC government is 200 years in office or not. Obi came barely 6 months or 8 months to the presidential election, and he see the wonders that he did. You know, I think it is high time now for them to start early. You know, early to bed. You know, early to rise. You understand? Let them start early because a lot of people are seeing Labour Party as the least political opposition party, you know, and they need to really work very hard, you know, start on time, start that mobilization, you know, let the obedient movement spread across the central political zone. You understand? And from the look of things, it looks like Ika is not taking, I'm not just preempting, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu might likely hand over to another Southerner after his 4 years.
Okay, now we are still doing this agitation for independent Republic of Biafra. And we're still looking at Peter Obi wanting to contest the presidency of Nigeria in 2027. Do you think it goes at par?
No, see, bro, let me tell you, Obi is not an agitator in the first place. That is one. Two, there's no how you're going to match it, you know, with people who are asking for sovereign state of Biafra, you know. So Obi is playing based on what he believes in, while other people are also doing their bit or what they believe in. You understand? At the end of the day, they will look at things the way they are and be able to settle for the best. That is just it. Remember that there has been options for continuity of Biafrans in Nigeria. And there are people who also believe, see, Nigeria can also work. You understand?
Yeah.
There's no every Igbo man, bro, every Igbo man, every Easterner is a Biafran. That's just it. That we must understand that. It's just like every Yoruba man is an Oduduwa. The language of the Oduduwa is Yoruba. I don't know why our thinking, prowess has not gone to, you know, put these things clearly so that people will understand it. The Biafrans are Easterners. They speak Igbo as their language. Oduduwas are Yorubas. They speak Yoruba as their language. For you to cause somebody a language, I don't know how it works. I think it's causing a lot of confusion. You understand? The fact remains that when you look at it very well, it is a question of identity, and it is clashing with, you know, some certain interests that has to do with, you know, who we are as a people or who we are as a tribe.
Okay.
The Biafran cause has nothing to do with the political system in Nigeria. Anybody who feels that, any Biafran who feels that, you know, has interest in Nigerian politics, of course, continue. But those who feel that, no, we cannot continue like this, you know, they want sovereignty, they want a nation of their own. Of course, it's a free world. And let me give you an instance. When Nelson Mandela was fighting in South Africa at that time, you know, there was still other group. There are people who believe in non-violent approach, of which Nelson Mandela believed in. There are people who felt that, no, if we continue on non-violent movement like this, the whites will continue to kill us. And before you know it, the ANC, there was an arm swing of the ANC. People believe in different things. But at the end of the day, a particular goal is being achieved. If the Nigerian system fails to do the needful, do the normal thing, if Nigeria balkanized, it will be the best thing to have happened to a black man in Africa. Because a black man needs to define himself properly. A black man needs to understand that he is not this primitive man, the Oyibo man painted. A black man has what it takes to move the moon. It's just a matter of getting the right leaders in place. And if they fail, like they have always failed, that's why people are beginning to ask for their own identity. That's how the issue of Biafra came. That's why Biafra Quest has refused to die. Have you ever foreseen it in the future that a time will come when a Yoruba man, even in the last 10 years, nobody saw it coming? That someone like Sunday Igboho, of course, he's the second Yoruba person to ask for Oduduwa Republic, so to say. You understand? But he saw these things came up because they know that Nigerian system is failing. It's failing everybody.
Yes, thank you. Let's quickly look at these comments from our viewers so that we can chip in one or two things. We want to say very big thank you to Chidi Madua Kolam. He greets everyone. Udeze Chima, David Okafor, Jane Ogo, Gladys Oyabo. Yes, Udeze Chima said something because the NFIU just said they discovered 22 cells worldwide that's channel IPOB funding for terrorism. The channel funds through that as well, terrorism. Yes, Udeze Chima says even when the Buhari administration pressured and lobbied the United Nations to tag IPOB a terror group, it didn't work out because self-determination is enshrined in the UN Charter.
Correct. 100% correct. 100% correct. Anywhere in the world. Bro, IPOB has never they don't hide. They have never hidden their quest for sovereignty. They have not hidden it from anybody. Go to America, they are still there. China, Japan. They are you can see them. They are not terrorists. You can see them. It's only in Nigeria where there is too much command in the system that they can say, okay, it's terrorists. The real terrorists, are you not seeing what is happening in the north? So Udeze Chima is in order, 200%.
He said something here again. He said, Mr. Chinedu, directing this to you,
yes,
particularly. He said, Mr. Chinedu, stop dreaming. Even if Jesus Christ come down and declare the results in favor of Obi in 2027, Tinubu will not agree. Let's stop putting our efforts in futility.
Okay, yeah, let me respond to that. I'm a very diverse person, you know. I understand the dynamics of certain things, you know. Even if it is not man-made, some of them that are not even natural, we need to understand it the way it is. Like I said before, from now in the next 10, 20 years, God forbid, it's not my wish, and Biafra did not come. Not Nigeria. Nigeria is not qualified to give us Biafra. People should stop looking at Senate and the presidency of Nigeria to give us Biafra. We are talking about the international community, the United Nations, the Security Council, sitting down and proclaim. You know what I mean by international community? The sovereignty of Biafra. Then, if Biafra did not come, it means we should sit down. No! We keep on trying. Anybody that is saying that Biafra did not come in the next 10 years, 20 years, will sit down and allow these people to run us over and over again while working to get sovereignty as a people, bro, I will not subscribe to that. That is me. I believe that Igbo man has what it takes to drive anything around. As you are saying, nobody gave Peter Obi 2% during the last presidential election. But you know why? Nigerians in diaspora that are tired of this old man, they are busy mobilizing because they knew what Obi represents, they knew what Obi carried. So anybody that says that Biafra didn't come, all the Igbos in the Senate should go home. All the Igbos in the House of Reps should go home. Any man that is coming out for presidency, nobody should support him. But I'm not going to be part of that. That is the truth. That's the fact. What it means is that you have now, at the end, succeeded in destroying the quest for Biafra. Because a time will come, you still need some influential Igbo personalities to handle some certain issues. That is not the truth. So as long as it has not come and we continue to push, it will be a very big advantage that we have. Bro, let me tell you, even if they call Obi and give him president tomorrow, Biafran freedom will not stop.
Why do you say that? why you are agitating for Biafra basically is because so that some things, the country, the part of Igbo land can develop very well. If Peter Obi becomes president and he makes everything perfectly okay, and Nigerians are happy the way they want to be happy, and they are enjoying dividends of democracy accurately that reaches the grassroots, would you still...
Okay, let me tell you, when Ken Wisma told British government about what is going to happen in 1948 in Israel, the British government did not understand what he was trying to say. Until Ken Wisman, Ben Gurion, all of them came together and said, this Tel Aviv that is called the desert, it is where we are going to start from. That is the truth. Let me give you an idea. You see, from what is coming, people think say Obi after years, Obi rule for 8 years. And you don't know what will happen after 8 years of Obi's tenure. Whether they are going to bring one demonic terrorist to rule Nigeria again. And I'm telling you, it's not like a question of Obi becoming president. That one is by the side. What we are talking about is the survival and identity of a people against what is to come in future. You can see what is happening in the Sahel. About how many countries now they are preparing to make Nigeria the capital of their caliphate. Then how are you going to handle that? After 8 years of Obi, then what happens to the Biafran people? They will be almost being surrounded by the enemies. Look at it very well. Go to even the so-called South-South. Go and ask them in the South-South. They will tell you who are these people they call South-South. See, bro, you know what the best said it? They continue to put knife in the and hold us together. There is something wrong. There is this agenda to destroy the Biafran and Igbo man quest for survival.
Thank you.
And that is just the way
Thank you very much, Mr. Chinedu. It's nice having you here once again. Yes, we're still on bystanders to read one or two things from Elelenwa. Elelenwa says, even if you make Mazen Nnamdi Kanu Nigerian president, Biafran agitation will not stop. David Okafor says, we're Biafrans and we're not in support of the regional system of government. Biafra is the answer. Olatunji Awofeso says, a bill is already in the national parliament. Anyway, regarding regional governments, referendum will surely be included in the bill. We also want to thank our other, Romero Ray is here. He says, it's not a must that South-South must be a part of Biafra, but for those agitating for Biafra should be given their freedom. Jenogo sends condolences. Onyeka Gideon Ike also sends condolences, especially to the family of the slain soldiers. You're welcome this morning. You're welcome to bystanders at Newsstand. The slain soldiers have been buried. Tinubu has offered full support for the families. Like we heard, 3 of the widows of the soldiers are heavily pregnant. And there are 21 children, basically. What's your take on what the president has done, Simon?
Good morning to you, Mr. Kolade, and to our viewers across the globe. Now, first and foremost, I would say what the president did, to me, it's a kind gesture from the president, at least for him to have for him to have it in mind to award those children scholarship up to their university level. It's a work of development. But the problem is that these promises are audio promises. These promises to me looks like an audio promises that will not be fulfilled, that will not be implemented. If Nigerian government promise you something promise an ordinary man something, I don't think it will take years for that ordinary man to get whatever government have promised them. We've seen in time past, government have made government have promised someone promised Nigerians awards, scholarship, and still the government on their own did not fulfill their promises, did not justify their promises. So it's not until when Tinubu fulfill their promises, give it, let's see, and when that promises is not fulfilled, let the parents come out and say government has fulfilled their promises. That is when I will clap for them. We know Nigerian government, they are called liners. They can lie for them to promote if they are working. But see, behind the camera, nothing might be given to those children.
But the president has... Thank you very much.
Tinubu, I vote for you. I'm a foreigner. I'm no corner. Food I can't chew. This country now, we are living. Time of good luck. Where are we? Where you go? But now, Tinubu, you are a bad man.
Thank you. That's our own opinion. Yes,
she has portrayed and then she has expressed an opinion.
So thank you.
So just like what I was saying, I was that it is time the government need to fulfill their promises before every Nigerians can accept that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has given those children scholarship. Don't just tell us audio promises that along the line you might not fulfill it.
But Tinubu has said he's handing over all this support to the Nigerian military to handle it. So do you think those in the military will not want to do something for some of their members that have been slain?
It shows that the president himself is not being sincere.
Yeah.
It shows that the president himself is not being sincere. Now, why would the president in the first place hand over all the entitlements to the military? And then you know that in the military they are also saboteurs. There's also saboteurs. Why don't you, if truly the president is sincere and then ready to help these people, the president himself should oversee those families. Now helping those families, it should be the responsibility of the president. Appoint someone that is very close to you. That see whatever this family needs, report to me. Handing over those families to the military. It's like you handing. It's like you throwing them away. The president to me is now throwing them away. Because see, I can bet with everything I have that those people will not receive anything. Those people will not receive anything from the government, except the president himself personally oversee the affairs of the family.
Yes, David Okafor says the promises made by Tinubu to the fallen soldiers needs to be in white government documents.
So what?
He said it needs to be in white government documents. That it has to be written in black and white. It has to be written, it has to be stamped and all that. If it's stamped, do you think it will not happen?
Thank you. Just like what that is. You know, just like I said, before you can hold him by his words, before you can hold by president, you must have there must be a written agreement for you to really come out and say, this is what the president promised me. And yet he is fulfilled. And now he is yet to fulfill the promises. Now the president can just come because he wants to make he want to sell propaganda. Just say announce there will be scholarship. But the moment the president leaves that place, the president's mind will be so occupied with so many things. The president will forget. president might forget. And you know, if the president forgets, we have those children, they'll be suffering. Go to barracks. Go to police barracks. We have slain policemen that the same government have promised to help their family. But up till now, nothing has been done to help those families.
Okay. Thank you.
So I think the president himself needs to oversee the families of that slain soldiers. Because if he hand over any scholarship or like monetary stuffs to the soldier, military men, to oversee that, my brother, those people will not get the time.
Thank you very much. It's nice having you. Yes, let's have both of you. So, well, you came before you. No, we're going to ask questions. We're going to. No. It is left to you. It's a question. It's your own views. It's not an argument session. It's your own views that you will share, what you believe in, and it does not have rights to stop you from saying no. Nobody's abusing. We are all adults, and I believe no. You have come here to tell us, to tell the world what you feel about what's happening in Nigeria, and he is going to tell us what he feels about what's happening in Nigeria. And no, don't preempt anybody. Please don't preempt anybody. Yes, please, let's not preempt anybody. No. We will cut you when you start abusing. Yes, we won't take that here. Yes, we are adults and we will be cautious in everything we do. Mr. Kunle, Tinubu has said he wants to support. There should be support for these slain soldiers' family, the scholarship houses and educational funding for all of them. Do you think the government will follow this into too?
Yeah, first of all, my condolences go to the fallen heroes and their families, because as they are now, some of the children now have become fatherless children, orphans. Some of the women, their wives have become widows. So it's a painful thing, and I pray, and I know that nobody among us here will want to witness such in our life. And with the promise of the president, we have to follow up the promise, because it's another thing to say something, to promise, it's another thing to implement it, especially the people in charge of those that will implement it in that parastatal, any parastatal you may be talking of, that's the military parastatal or the government parastatal that will implement such thing. I listened to the news and I listened to the speech yesterday, and I still want to give kudos to Mr. President, because he has a human feeling for the fallen heroes, and they are going to have, each and every one of them is going to have a property somewhere, anywhere they want, and likewise their children will be on full-time scholarship. And that is what we need to be doing to our fallen hero. Either we like it or not, we have the Nigerian army, we created the Nigerian army we want, and that's how it has been. And the problem of these issues now is all those soldiers, their life will have still been at stake for now, will have still be on for now, if not the laxity of the police that we have in the country, because the job they are doing now is the police job, right? What they are meant for is the external aggression. What the police is meant for the internal, crisis within the country. So I think it's so sad. I can't imagine myself having a brother, having a family member among those guys. I think the president has talked his talk, and we too, we have to follow up the talk. The children, these slain soldiers, the promise you promised them, hope you have not forgotten them, hope you have not forgotten our past heroes that have laid their life to die for this security, for the security of the country. And another thing I want to go into, there's one particular problem we are having, and we've never saw, if we never go into that problem to checkmate the problem, this is how things will keep on going. I think if it were the regional system we are practicing now, you know the crime rate that is in your region, and you have the combat that will be able to tackle it. And that is why I said some 3 wise men or 4 wise men came up the other time that we need to decentralize this country. We need to do, because the soldiers we are having.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kuli. We'll still get to that. Please, your own contribution.
All right, I just want to say this. I want to start by greeting Nigerians and diaspora, Nigerians anywhere you're watching me from Nigeria, from anywhere, from the world. I want to say good morning to you this morning. All right, this is an interesting topic, and it's a topic I've been looking forward to. You know what? I just said it that they probably promised a lot of things. Fine. I don't want to go against my colleague. He just said something. That's a brilliant speech from him. But I want to say something. We all know the government of Nigeria. We know they are not very sincere with themselves. I would have preferred a situation where the government give these people cash money. Forget your promise of house. Forget your promise of scholarship. Forget anything. At least 30 million each of the family. That's 170 million. What am I trying to say? If someone like Godwin Akpabio could be approving 500 million personal to Godwin Akpabio, then what is 170 million to Nigerians? That's what I'm saying. 10 million, so that what I'm trying to read is, I'm not looking at your house and everything. No. What happens is that 10 million for the family, the woman can use her money, invest on 3 million naira business. First of all, gradually, before you know it, from 10 million, he pays the money to 50 million. That's it. And the family keeps moving. But what I'm trying to say is this, that Nigerians should, by now, we should be wise in Nigeria. Okay? Ever since you have known, been in this country, I want to draw attention to something. USA 94, 2020, 1994. Our Super Eagles were promised house. House! It was Jonathan that redeemed that pledge. They did not give them a house. It was Jonathan during his time. Imagine since 1994 to when Jonathan took over. Before Jonathan, because that's the heart of God, he now decided to redeem that pledge. What am I saying? Promises in Nigeria doesn't count. I prefer government not even promise me. You know why? Because our promises are usually empty promises. I would have loved a situation where this government would tell the family, I am giving you social cash. Forget your scholarship. That one is story. When they try it for 1 year, next year is a story. We all know that. I have my brother, my own personal brother, on government scholarship. 1 year, second year, and so later. He's giving government scholarship. So what am I trying to say? Let them forget the scholarship. I will train your children to say, fine, this is what you are going to do for the family of the children. Just like I said the other time, I don't want to go against my colleague. This is own opinion. This is my own opinion. But I would have preferred a situation where they say, let's give them this, let them go and settle their family.
If you think they give them cash, do you think some of them can be able to manage this cash?
Good, I love that question. Listen, let me tell you. They call somebody a breadwinner. Your breadwinner is no more alive. My brother, you go double your hustle. That's the truth. Let me tell you something. I know of a woman.
Double your hustle.
Yes, you double your hustle because I know of a woman. When the husband was alive, every time, guy, we are the ones that used to talk about that woman. She used to do guy. I don't know what happened. The husband died. My brother, if you see where this woman is struggling for the family, we will never believe that this woman can struggle. What does it mean? When the head is no longer around, you will now claim to be the head. So that when you now say, are they going to, if you want, go to the bush with the money. It is your family, to tell on your family, because you are not the only person giving such money. You are about 17. While others are excelling, you finish your money. So what I'm trying to say is that government on their part, you play their part. I give you this. Go and establish yourself.
Thank you very much. Yes. I want to counter one of the statements here that the government of the past, which was under the military, and you're talking of Keshi team that won the Nations Cup then, that they promised them lands in Abuja, they promised them varieties of things, but they could not fulfill it. And I can tell you categorically, the last team that went to AFCON in Abidjan, that's Côte d'Ivoire, they were rewarded with houses. You have all the Ekong, you have all the, what's it called, Yenasho, you have all the Aino, you have all the, go and ask or verify. Each one of them had houses in Abuja So this is a government.
Each one
I'm
of
saying
them was
given houses. Yes.
and
On paper.
it's been
Not on paper, not on
No,
paper,
see,
not on paper.
I want to clear something
Allocated to them.
allocated to them.
Yes,
and
allocated.
they're taking possession.
They're taking possession. So what are we saying
Okay,
here?
can I
What
say
are,
do
this,
more
is a,
research on
this is a government. This is a government that we need to be monitoring, and I've been monitoring.
Okay, so what's the difference between those that were promised in 1994 and was
Thank you
not
very much.
fulfilled
Yes.
until 2000?
Because we are military.
Because some of those people who were part of the military government then were still part of
We're
this.
still part of this.
Democratic.
So what's the
Okay.
difference?
I will now tell you, when you look at the NFF then, we have the most corrupt Nigerian Football Association then.
Yes.
We have the most corrupt. They may be the one blocking those guys from getting what they want. These are the people that when our players go on field and they use all their strength, they use all their sweat to actualize victory for Nigeria, for them to pay them match bonus. It got to a stage now that FIFA said it will not be sending match bonuses, all these allowances that they are giving to state, sport organization. They will be giving Nigerian sportsmen directly. And that was what they did to Falcon. You know, this country, that we are very selfish, we are very wicked to ourselves. And I keep saying things. You may keep talking government. Who is the government? It's among us. They elect all these people into position. And the attitude we have from the beginning is the one we carried out to the governance. So Nigerians have been saying we have to have reorientation of our mind. And likewise, if the country is too big enough, if the headache is too big enough, we are talking of decentralization. And that's my number one target, that what Nigeria will not be destroyed until we get ourselves right and decentralize the country, because the headache, there's no Panadol that can cure this headache as we have now.
So, Mr. Kunle, you support this decentralization?
I support
Do you
it.
go with him?
No, I don't go. I disagree with him on that. Let me tell you, this decentralization that is talking about, really, this country will have been well coordinated. Supposing Nigerians, the leaders, have vision for Nigerians. Okay, I want to ask you the question. What is the difference between American politician and Nigerian politician? Can you just give me the difference?
The difference between American politicians and Nigerian politicians is the Americans always check mates on their leaders.
Okay, good. I love that.
Why we sleep in slumber when we wake
You
up?
said checkmate, but I will use that checkmate as a wrong. It's a wrong decision. It's not. It's mindset. Good mindset. Good mindset. That's the only different thing between American government and Nigerian government. Why? American government have a good mindset for their people. Nigerian government have bad mindset for their people. Now, the good mindset, when you have somebody who has a good mindset for his government, and when he's doing something, of course you will envy him. But when you have somebody who has a bad mindset against you doing something, of course you will comment and lament. Let me tell you, why all of us in Nigeria, we are crying every day. During Buhari government, APC, we are there crying about the. Let me tell you why Tinubu cannot counter Buhari government, because APC. Let me tell you, if Buhari government were to be PDP, what we'll be talking today is because PDP has spoiled the government before Tinubu took over. But now there's no excuse. So no excuse now. Nobody's seen any excuse. That's why everybody's looking at what can we now say. That's why they came up with the word. Let us have some patience for Tinubu. You understand? That's how I come in.
Quickly, just in 1 minute.
Now,
please.
I want to put you wrong.
Okay.
If you see counting on parties, say this one is APC, this one is PDP, this one is. What do you have party in Nigeria? Do you have ideology party in Nigeria?
We don't have ideology party.
I'm going somewhere now. The
Please
third
go quickly,
force
our time
you
is
rely
fast
on.
spent.
Do you know what is happening in Obedient Camp? Labor's this thing.
I heard
Are you aware?
Yes, I'm
The convention they did.
Yes,
We are
it
going
was
to
splitted.
we're going into that for other
Okay,
people's
yes.
segment.
Okay,
Thank
you
you
know,
very much,
so-
Mr.
so-
Kunle.
all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank
It's
you
nice
very
having you here this morning. Yes, you're welcome, Pastor Matthew, as I fondly call you. Yes, you're welcome to. Please let's stay here. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, just please greet the people at home.
Good morning, my viewers. My name is Oluwawan, the citizen one. See, I'm trying to let you know again. I'm still begging for my language, accommodation problem. I don't have 5 days now to leave. 5 days to be thrown out. Please, let me believe. Please, help me out. Just 5 days now. I'll be begging. I'll be telling you my language. Oluwa, we are part of the language, please. Because they have sold the house for the last 2 years. give us from December to now. We don't have 6 days now to stay. Please help me out, and God will help you out in Jesus' name.
But okay, I think you tried to raise the issue that time Mike was here.
Yes.
But what I can say is
somebody was trying to control Mark that time. They went to the house, they videoed everything, but at the end of the day, Mark is not working anymore. So
but what I want to say is, you are not new face here. And everybody they know you as Oluwawan of Oba. So I'm still using the opportunity to ask on behalf of Oluwawan of Oba that as we are being led, it's not good that he's one of us. It's not good that he will be homeless and exposed to every danger on the streets. Anyone, as God lay in your heart, please let us see how we can help so that he's not thrown on the
situation is bad. I can't back to the street anymore again because the age don't pass and you go to mingle with criminal in the street. You understand?
I'm sure that with the way you have talked, a lot of people will lend helping hand to you. Thank you very much.
You have a week to stay out. So I can't afford to be living in a ghetto again. So things are packed. So God bless you and bless.
But let me ask, in case they want to reach out to you, do you have a...
So they will reach out. You see, you deal with them, please. Let them communicate with you.
There will be a way they can reach out.
And what you're saying is that if anyone wants to reach out to him for the purpose of helping, assisting for that accommodation, that they can reach out to me.
Yes.
That's what you are saying.
Yes. They can reach out to you because you will reach out to me. So because everything will be good. Please, I'm still begging in the name of God, in the name of Jesus Christ of now. Please, I don't want to go back to the street again.
Thank you very much. Yes, you're welcome to the program once again this morning. There was a convention yesterday, about 2 days. And in this convention, Alex Oti, the governor of Abia State, was not there. Peter Obi, the new consensus candidate for the Labour Party, was not present. Does it mean these internal wranglings are still ongoing?
I think it's a sign of disunity. It doesn't matter how you look at it. If Obi, who ran on the platform as their presidential candidate in the last election, was not there, it means something is definitely wrong. Personally, I supported Obi during the election, and I have not lost my support for him because those qualities I saw in him that made me to support him, I can still see him propagating it. So for me, I think Labour Party should go back to the drawing board. But I look at see NSC, Nigerian Labour Congress, is bent on destroying that party. So I don't know the reason NSC will be insisting of having a stake. I don't say they should have a stake in it, of hijacking the party. Because by my own understanding, the party is made up of card-carrying members of the party. I understand that it's Labour Party by name, and Labour Union, you have a stake. But trying to hijack the leadership, I don't think is the way to go.
Why do you think NLC wants to hijack the leadership of the party?
Because we are seeing in the past, now recent past, where NLC members will invade the National Secretariat of Labour Party. To the extent that there were accusations from Abuja himself that these people destroyed properties at the Secretariat, made away with properties that belonging to the party, made away with money meant to use to pay workers and all that. So I don't think this kind of Labour Union we expect to see. Labour Union is supposed to be apolitical. I'm not saying they are not political animals, that they cannot vote during the election, but to the extent of trying to take over the leadership of the political party, I don't think it's ready for our democracy.
Okay, NFIU has said they discovered 22 cell channels, 22 cells across the world where some people channel funds for IPOB.
It is incumbent on government to investigate any crime and nip it in the bud. What am I trying to say? Look at this issue of finance. If the government had done their due diligence, before the man was arrested, they would have armed themselves with all necessary evidence to arraign the man before he could come into jurisdiction. But I understand that he was on a remand order, meaning perhaps the government have not gotten all the necessary information they need to get. What I'm trying to say in essence is, it will not do us any good as a people. Government playing to the gallery. The government have all it takes to do their investigation. We have the DSS, Nigeria Intelligence within Nigerian sovereignty locally. We have the NIA, National Intelligence Agency, that gathers intelligence outside the country. Even the police arm of even the police force, we have surveillance units that does undercover investigation. The point I'm trying to make is the government agencies, paramilitary bodies, needed to do their due diligence. What is the essence of rushing to the press? If you have evidence against anyone who is sponsoring terrorism or who is doing anything that is undermining national security and the corporate essence of Nigeria, you arrest and prosecute, put that person on trial. Let the person have his day in court, let the government have their day in court. Look at the issue of names that were released as to people who are sponsoring terrorism. Look at how Sheikh Gumi rubbish the list, saying that those government, the news government is released, that those people are not the actual sponsors of terrorism. That those terrorists sponsor the activities through the ransom they get from victims of kidnap, whatever. And we understand that he was invited by government. At the end of the day, he was even the one addressing the press. So for me, the government is embarrassing Nigerians because we have surrendered our sovereignty to the government to manage. Coming up to complain to us that you have discovered list of people doing what one or two things that is undermining corporate existence of Nigeria is like complaining when you have been given all necessary to work. They had the hammer. So what are they complaining? Arrest anybody that you feel is culpable if you already gathered intelligence and evidence. Put that person on trial and stop playing to the gallery. I see that as playing to the gallery.
Do you think these cells, like Mr. Ralph put it, they can be referred to as embassies, that there are about 192 worldwide that are in full support of Biafra, that are in full support of IPOB? Do you think it's been public knowledge before now? Because NFIU says they discovered 22 cells. That means it was not public knowledge before.
Honestly, I do not have that. I'm not privileged to that information. Okay. And I can tell you that it's something that I will refrain from having conversation on, because it is good if I'm informed about it. I will know how to deliberate on it. I'm not, except I'll go and research on it.
Okay, on a final note, President Tinubu has talked about these families of slain soldiers, and he wants them to be supported by education, housing, and other things. What's your take on that?
See, my take on that, let me tell you the reality of ground. See, Nigeria is not forthcoming with the truth language, especially this present government. It's like they have their own organization of giving language to Nigeria in a manner of sweet talk. Okay, today we hear sweet talk. We don't hear sweet talk. Okay, before they were killed, at the end of the day, they are killed. See, they are buried there to the made our souls in peace. Nigeria is not like this. He said, let us speak the truth. Say the truth will set you free. Nigeria doesn't bring the truth. Nigeria government is a 100, let me say 98% lie. See somebody in the detention, at the end he escaped. You say he escaped with a front, with a smuggling passport. How? National security advisor making a language of that kind of situation. Okay, what about you and I? See, we only pray for the gods to intervene in this situation. But Nigeria, I say the truth is hiding somewhere. The truth, see, they kill people anyhow. To the extent they massacre soldiers, the ones that defend you and I. One day, they are not in the war front, but they are somewhere among the states. And that state is not like violence like Boko Haram state. They were assassinated. See, let the government come outside with a truth language. So Nigeria will not believe that. Because Nigeria doesn't believe like this government. The government divided us.
But you were a strong supporter.
See, I'm a confirmed APC. I like Jagaba in the first place because it's a lion, forest house.
So what is making you change?
See, because the language is changing. See, I must tell you the truth. You say, by their fruit you shall know them. When I like you, I propose you for someone who said, see, this is my guy, I like him, we can do anything. Because I trusted you. At the end, you are not giving me signs that I'm a liar. And at the same time, I should tell you, I should like to follow you up. At the end, you are still giving me that negative alphabet of your color. I won't follow you anymore. See, I won't follow you. See, Renew Hope. Where is the Renew Hope? See, Nigeria is totally out of control. You hear this today, you hear this tomorrow, you hear this next tomorrow. Okay, where is the reality that we will believe? All the story. Okay, now everyone was clapping as if December the refinery will start. They are okay. When the refinery start, fuel will come down. Then the import and the export, the dollar, everything. Now we will be okay to transfer from here to Kenya to Baga. Okay, at the end of the day, where are we now? We are going to April. I mean, where is the refinery? Zero. Maintenance, zero. See, Nigeria, see. Let us pray. Let us, the government, Jagaba, we are pleading to you because now you be the president. Now you be number one. Now you be the lion one no. But now, it's like we are not lion anymore. Thank you. We are not lion anymore. Let the truth come to pass and let the truth prevail. And the truth will set you and I free because we are too big for this mess. The mess is getting out of hand.
Thank you very much. The Nigerian, the Labour Party has agreed to make Peter Obi the candidate of the Labour Party for 2027. Don't you think this is too early?
See, let me tell you one thing. Today,
let's
okay.
I think it's an offer, and it's left to be to either accept or decline. And I wouldn't say it's early because they have seen that Obi is a credible candidate that any party will want to grab. So there are a whole lot of things that will happen between now and 2027. We are likely going to see merger, alliance, realignment. So it's not out of place. It's not a bad omen for Labour Party to offer that platform to Obi to come and contest. Obi is a member of the Labour Party, don't forget. That notwithstanding, they reserve the right of freedom of association. They can discontinue with that party and not say that is his intention. But I think because it's a good program, that's why he's been invited.
Don't you think with that we are stopping other people who have aspirations?
No, I don't think it's an imposition.
They said candidate.
That does not foreclose
candidacy.
No, even if you say candidacy and a member of the party decide to contest, it is within the right to contest. And if you want to impose a candidate, that person has the right to seek redress in the court. I don't think we are getting to that.
Thank you very much. You wanted to say something earlier.
Yeah, that was, we were talking about the Labour Party. You see, there's some elements they have planted in that Labour Party to disunite that place. And if care is not taken, Nigeria is going to one man party, one system. Because now you see there was a meeting. Obi was not there, and that governor, the only governor of that Labour Party in the whole Nigeria, he was not there. So they are trying to let you know that we are talking about 2007. 2007, see what is happening in 2024. 4, 5, 6, that is 3-4 years coming. So I don't think they have the language or the capacity to withstand this situation. Except what APC is doing, and they continue, they will fall woefully.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew.
You are welcome.
Yes, thank you to all our viewers who've been giving us one contribution or the other from across the globe. We want to say a very big thank you to Udeze Chima, King Henry, Olatunji Aufeso, Jane Ogo, David Okafor, Gladys Oyabo, and a host of others, Elelenwa, Felix Chikelo, and all of you. We thank you for all your support. We want to also tell you that you should not forget to subscribe to our sister channel, Flip TV Plus. My name remains Skolade for Larry Kadesh Prince. See you next time. Bye for now.